Hello, this is Tofu and the crew, but you can just call me Aaron. And welcome to a little reflection sort of vibe. Um, I have some stuff I want to talk about with my commander deck. After playing a few games and kind of how do I say this? Experiencing magic, like actual magic for the first time. So before we get started, I do want to say I'm really enjoying the game. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a lot, definitely a lot. I think there's a lot of things where maybe I don't understand how triggers work, or I don't understand differential stuff. For instance, there's a card in here, Mer Battlesphere, that's um, it turns out that each how do I say this? I'm not casting it, so I have this which makes the 4/4 4/1/1s, the tokens, and I have Patchwork Automaton that says whenever I cast an artifact spell, I put a 1/1 counter on it. And I was under the impression, just reading the card at a beginner standpoint, I put this in. It gets the one counter from Mere Battlesphere, and then it also makes the artifact. It makes the tokens. The tokens give it +1/+1 as well. That is not how that works, because this is not being cast. This is just being. This is just happening. This is just an ability. I had a really awkward situation at one point due to this card, but I learned. Um, that being said, it's been a lot, but I'm very thankful. So far, I played in person, and those games were very. How do I say this? I was very nervous. It was my first time being there was 10 or 12 people, and I was really nervous. I had never really done Magic in person like that before, so I had a lot of reservations going in. But everyone was super kind. Everyone was super patient. That's the one thing I found since actually playing the game is there is so many people in this space that are just take your time. It's okay. We can teach you. It's no problem. They seem thankful that I'm playing, which feels nice. Obviously, not everyone is going to feel that way, and that's okay. I get that. But I've been very lucky in the people I found in person as well as on Convoke. I've been doing some webcam stuff too. Um, and everyone has been super super kind. Um, but yeah, I guess back to the original point. I want to talk about this deck a little bit because there's some stuff after playing I've played 6 or 7. I'm not saying it. I've played a few games with this thing, and I think there's some things that I've realized about this whole idea here that I just kind of want to put into words and kind of talk about. So I think we'll start with the biggest glaring thing that I've not realized when I first made this. Um, I can't kill people. I don't really have a win con. The win con in this deck, I have found out, is this card right here, which makes all my non-creature artifacts 4/4 flyers until end of turn. I swing a Soul Ring at you and some other stupid shit, and you die. The rest of this stuff kind of just gets eaten up. Um, which is, I did not realize coming in. I thought the creatures would be smaller. I looked at this and I'm like, there's some pretty big creatures in here. We can do some stuff. It'll be fine. Um, at least in the games I've played, maybe I've had not the best luck with it. But I just don't really have it's my biggest creature is this guy is Big Krang, and even then it just feels like I can't really get over some of these giant creatures, you know. So I kind of did some soul searching. I'm still gonna keep playing this deck, and maybe I'm just having a moment where I'm it's not going how I thought it was, so something's wrong. Maybe I'm the problem, but I think for me, I've come to the conclusion that maybe having the big creatures is not really the way I should be doing this. I think this is super cool. I love being able to put stuff in. The stuff that I want to put in is not as strong as I want it to be. So the question turns into, how do we either A, make it stronger, or B, like, fix the problem that, like, these creatures are so small that, like, I can't get over things. And I think maybe it comes to, like, a tonal shift of the deck, possibly. So, like, I have some stuff down here. Before I get into, like, I have some stuff in considering down here. But, like, I want to talk about some, like, really, like, cards that I've come to really like in this deck. My first one, I think Eggman's really cool. This thing gets blown up immediately, which makes me very sad. No one lets me put anything in. It is always discard. But I still love this guy. He's just cool. Secondly, Saheeli, this thing is nuts. I love this thing. The next spell being for each artifact, it makes one colorless less. This thing is a lifesaver. I've only had the chance to use this like once so far, but the one time I had it, it didn't get immediately blown off my board, and this thing put in so much work. It's wonderful. Other really big cards that I've ended up really liking a lot. Big Mother Mouser, this card is awesome. I did not realize how big this thing can just get by existing. Where else? Cityscape Leveler. This one's fine. It's not as good as I thought it was, but I still really like. This is a very good. Well, actually, no. This doesn't work with Ishtola because I have to cast it. So it's still good. Like the Unearth is also good, but this card's fine. Obviously, Crypto Thrall is really good. Cyberdrive Awakener has given me like one of the couple wins I've had with this deck. Just being able to swing like 4/4 of flying, and people don't have flying. They just go boom, pretty funny. Mirror, this card's good. I really messed up on the one interaction I had with it. I want to do it again. Krang is cool. This card's awesome. I just wish it was bigger, but that's just me being particular. What else is in here? Lady Octopus. This card is fucking crazy. For how cheap this thing is, bro. Like, you can just push shit out. That's nuts. Like, there's a lot of situations where I'm getting like a bunch of extra card draw in my turns. And this thing, like, I can just play shit for free, man. This shit's crazy. It will get blown up pretty fast, I've noticed. That's how it goes. But that card's been really helpful. I've yet to use Padim. I really want to, but I've yet to find him. I've yet to draw him. Ishtola is... I thought this card would be my favorite, and it absolutely is. This Blink is so funny. This card is awesome. I love this card a lot. I've had a lot of, like, Demonic Junker, having it crude, and then just, like, being able to double pop it with Ishtola since it's a creature. That shit's awesome. What else in here? Not Ravenous. There's another card I was, like, really looking at. I'm not sure. I can't remember now. Maybe it's a... Oh yeah, here, Nautilus Ship. I was losing my mind. There's a reason this card is $20. This card is fucking sweet. Being able to steal stuff is really fun, and I've noticed a lot of people don't have like reach, or don't have a lot of flying. At least in the things I've been playing against. So this thing got through a few times, and I just got to like play other people's decks, and that's a lot of fun. I've also been really digging Crystal Skull. This card is a lot of fun. This card's a lot of fun to use. Crystal Skull's cool. And where is it? Geth's Grimoire. This thing has been a lifesaver. And Waste Not. This card has also been a lot of help. I'm really digging this card. Anyway, back to what I was getting at is there's some problems I want to kind of address in here. I really do like Eggman's game plan, right? I love being able to just put big stupid idiot in if possible. That doesn't happen. So, what I want to try and maybe do, and this is like a just more of putting like my thoughts into like a retrospective sort of deal. I have some stuff in here. I think that I kind of want to talk about, and there's some like expensive cards in here. And I know you guys see this. I'm very sorry. Don't look at this too much. This is just like a. Don't worry about this. It's just, don't look behind the curtain. It's okay. I don't want to actually use you. I think this one's kind of bad. However, I think this card. It doesn't really fit with the theme I want to go for. So I don't know if this one's really gonna be one I want to use. This is like just turns this into like, oh, this is an artifact deck, which sure it is, but it doesn't really fit with like the theme, right? Like if I were to play that card, I would pick a different commander than Eggman, right? Like there's more than I could do. So like I don't really want to use him, but I do like the idea. Um, what is this guy's name? Anrakir, the Traveler. First off, he's a Necron. Necrons are cool. This is also just like lets me cheat stuff out. I think this fits with the identity a bit more than the other things I have going on. It's not a vehicle construct. Well, actually, yeah, it's not a robot vehicle or construct, so I can't cheat it in with Eggman. But I don't really care that much. Like that's not that big a deal to me. Being able to just like cast something from my hand and cheat it out, I like the cheating aspect. That's cool. Chameleon, I also in the same vein where it's like not a thing I can cheat out, but this thing can just be something I've. What am I trying to say? Something that I can already have out. Like I can just make this like I don't know, what's some stupid idiot up here. I can make him another Krang or something. I can make him like another fucking like one of the Gear Hulks or something. That being said, I'm more getting into the idea and like so after I made this deck and I looked at other people, I kind of came to a conclusion of like how I should be doing things, and like I haven't heard anyone else say this. I think this is I'm gonna say this and it might just be common knowledge, right? I do think like in terms of like deck building, I think what I tried to do to start was make my deck do a lot of things and do them okay rather than have my deck do one thing but do it really fucking well. So I think that's where the problem lies. I think I really want to try and make this deck turn into like a well-oiled machine, pun intended. But the question is, how am I going to get there and like what do I have to do in order to get there? And I think I might just have to lean instead of going into big stupid idiots. I'm kind of thinking I might just end up having to lean into the discard aspect for Eggman, which I think would be fine, you know? Like, I think there's better, if you were going to do that, I like the villainous choice aspect of it, and, like, I want to lean into that. But at the same time, you know, like, I think I really want to be able to have big stuff, but, like, have the option, like, I can put stuff in, but I can also like the discard is like I want to incentivize like because right now if they discard is like whatever I don't really get anything. The only time I ever really get stuff off discard is like Waste Not or like Gef's Grimoire, and that's not really amazing. So like what can we do to make them not want to discard, right? So like we have like Megrim in here where if they discard a card they take 2 damage. There's some other stuff in here. This card I don't think I'm actually going to use. This one's a bit crazy. But yeah, like there's some stuff in here. I don't really know if Painful Quandary is the right either, but Entropic Battlecruiser also. I really like this card. I found this card looking at spacecrafts a long time ago, but like I didn't really understand like station. Um, but everyone discards. Each opponent can't lose 3 life. Like whenever opponent discards a card, they lose 1 life. Like there's so much you can do. That's just like making discarding less appealing. Discarding, a lot of people want stuff in their graveyard anyway. I found out it's very much like a second-hand Yu-Gi-Oh style. But there's some stuff in here. I really want. I think I'm going to try and find more ways to make it to where you can discard, but you're going to eat shit if you do. So I think that's the game plan. I have really been enjoying the game. I think this card. I had someone show me this card. It's also in my colors. Yeah, each player discards, and you draw a card for each card among cards discarded that way. So lots of card draw, and like, you can bounce this with Ishtola, which let me talk about fucking Ishtola rule for a second. Man, this card is awesome. I have been out of everything. I talked about this card a little bit already, but like, dude, this card, it's unbelievably cool. It's unbelievably good. I think the entire thing that's come around, like playing this deck, is like I actually think this is my favorite card in the entirety of my deck. I get to do a lot of cool stuff. I think blinking is a lot of fun. And I'm actually like I've been looking into like different stuff with Ishtola you can do, with like blink decks and stuff like that. So this might end up being something where this might be my next commander. I am super interested in building around this card. This card's awesome. But I think if I were to get rid of stuff, which I don't think I will yet, I'm going to keep playing and keep learning and figure out what my deck actually can do. And like, I think a lot of the problem is this is how do I say this? A lot of stuff is like user error, right? Like obviously I'm still very, very new, and I don't really possibly like I don't know the best way to go about doing things. And I've not a lot of experience, so I don't really know like the best way to do stuff. Sorry, big yawn. But all that being said, I really am just. I think if I were to get rid of anything, I have found. I mean, this card is fine. I've yet to actually get to play this card. I think this card is like really nice. If you, I mean, the warp it makes it easier, but like, eh. Chrome Dome, I've yet to actually draw. This card just doesn't exist in my deck. I don't know. Where is it? I would probably get rid of Doretti. I will say Doretti. This card is very helpful. I like that it just like gets the artifacts back into your hand, or in the battlefield. Excuse me. That being said, like, I don't really. I could see myself cutting this card for like I don't know, like Kafka or something, or like if I want to lean more into like Villainous Choice, I could do like Missy. This is how it ends. The Dalek stuff like that. Is it Davros? Yeah, Davros, and there's another Dalek card. Dalek. Yeah, the Dalek Emperor. Where is he? Yeah, getting combat creates. They have haste. They have getting every combat. Each opponent gets villainous choice. I either sack a creature, or I create a 3/3 an artifact creature with menace. I really don't want to build around Doctor Who. I think that's the biggest reason I've like turned off on this card. But like, I think I'm kind of over that at this point. This thing is sweet. It does villainous choice. I think the other edge of the sword is to just make Eggman into. We are going to play fucking Prisoner's Dilemma, which I think could also be a lot of fun. So you could do cards like literally Prisoner's Dilemma. damage. Prisoner's Dilemma. Where are you? Right here. Yeah, silence your snatch, then choice is revealed. If each opponent chose silence, they deal 4 damage. If they all chose snitch, otherwise deals 12 damage to each person who chose silent. This is very goofy. I think honestly, like, it's hard. It's really hard. I think, if anything, I would want to try and make this. What's this considering? I would want to make this deck more geared into one thing rather than so spread out the way it is now. Like, Knuckles just kind of exists. Like, Superior UFO is just like a cheeky land drop. Like, this doesn't really do anything for me. Like, I mean, for how little villainous choice is in the deck, like, Valiard's good for Commander, and, like, that's it. Mechanized Production, I could also, like, the only, like, funny bit is, like, Mechanized Production into Knuckles for treasure tokens. But, like, again, that's, like, it. But, yeah. I guess I'm all this to say, I think there's a lot to consider, and I just kind of need to give my voice an outlet. I know I was just kind of just like an all over the place video, but like, I played a lot of Magic today, and like it really opened my eyes on like what other people are doing, especially like online. There's some fucking sharks out there, bro. Like, I thought my deck was like pretty decently strong. Bro, some of these commanders are fucking batshit crazy. I had nothing to be worried about. Anyway, thanks for listening. If you did, I appreciate you. I appreciate you just listening to some fucking dude just vent and talk about like what he can and can't do. If you have suggestions, I've never been more open to just suggestions in my entire life. I really want to learn and want to do stuff. I do want to show you guys really quick. I have another deck actually coming in. This one's very not serious. This is just like a theme deck. But this is the... I saw a similar list and added some of my own twists on it. This is a very funny, just like, oops, all doors with Master of Keys, WinCon, fucking Promising Stairs. Yeah. We'll go through the full deck list. This thing is meant to just be a fucking haunted house. Like, if this is like a bracket 1, just goofy fucking thing. I say bracket 1, but here's Vailmeric. But yeah. This is supposed to be here next week. I'm very excited to try it. But yeah, if you like the video, like it, I appreciate you. Thanks for the company. I will do my best to get some updates on stuff. Again, if you ended up just listening, just leave me a comment. Let me know you're there. I appreciate you. And that's all I got. I probably won't even fucking like edit this video. This is just like, I got nothing. Here's my OBS, but I will talk to you all in the next one. See ya.